Hello, welcome to Taking Flight. My name is Jerry Hunt. I'm the Director of Public Information here at Rockingham Community College, and I am here with our Dean of Workforce Development, Chris Brooks. How are you doing today?
Great, thank you for having me.
Great. So how long have you been here at RCC?
I'm in my 25th year.
Wow, that's quite a testament.
Well, I thoroughly enjoy working here. I enjoy working with the people, with the students, with the community, and I'm looking forward to continuing.
Well, when you sent me the list of topics, for me to ask you about today, I was a little bit surprised at some of the topics that you had on here. So I pulled up your organizational chart from for the college, which is the breakdown of who's where and who falls under who. And this thing is huge under Chris. He's one of our 3 deans. And I mean, you have everything from like the normal industrial technologies, but now you'll even have like cosmetology. And then on the other end of the spectrum, you've got the Small Business Center. And if you don't know about that, it's we have all kinds of resources and free workshops if you're looking to open a business or you already have one. Customized training is under you now, which is where we go into industries and develop programs to help train them. All the business technologies. I mean, I could not believe how much stuff is you're responsible for now.
Well, the logic behind it is these are all areas that train people to go directly into the workforce. Now, in business technology and in some of the industrial programs, you can transfer and continue on.
Right.
But most of these deal with people that are coming here to learn a skill, to go out and get a job.
Right. And so that also includes the continuing education programs.
Yes, so a lot of those are under me, but they are spread out. Continuing education for healthcare.
Oh, that's right. It would be under
VP
Chitwood, yes.
And then continuing education for personal interest in some other things would be under Celeste Alice.
Right.
Like pottery and things like that.
Right, so yeah, so that's all the, well that's good. All the non-credit programs are still kind of divided, kind of where they seem to fit best.
What we want to achieve is a one college model where if you want to come out and take a program in, let's say, welding, we can show you our credentialed credit side. We can also show you our non-credit side as far as earning a diploma, but you can still earn a third-party credential.
Okay.
So we want to have that where it's seamless for the student. They come out, tell us what they're looking for, and we help find the best fit.
Okay. Perfect. So we have a new program this fall.
Yes, we do. It's environmental planning and development. It is the associate's degree spinoff of the Duke Power or the Duke Energy Trails program that we've been running for a few years through continuing education.
Which has been so popular. I mean, we have people coming to those courses from all over the place.
Yes, we've had them from Arizona, New Mexico. Those courses have been 1, 2, 3, sometimes 4-day courses. The environmental planning and development program will be a full-time associate's degree program with a transfer opportunity with a 2+2 degree to Appalachian State and a few other schools. It is for someone who wants to work outdoors, do planning, environmental development, environmental conservation. It's not just the manual labor of going out and building a trail.
Right.
But some of that is covered as well because you have to understand those pieces to understand how to design and do these other things. So it gets into all sorts of state and federal regulations on what can be done, how to go about doing them properly.
So this is like developing parks and that type
Yes.
of thing?
Yes.
Mhm.
One of the classes is greenways, blueways,
Mm-hmm,
so it's even waterway development.
right. Wow.
So
Well,
it's
yeah,
parks
Rockingham County
and
needs that.
trails
Mm-hmm,
and waterways.
mm-hmm,
So we have some wonderful partners with the Dam River Basin Association and quite a few other
mm-hmm,
outdoor related
right.
groups.
Mm-hmm.
And this will be the first year. This fall will be the first semester, so we're very excited to get it off the ground
Mm-hmm.
and up and going.
Yeah, yep. All right, so this is right on the heels of the agribusiness program that started last year.
Right. So we had a horticulture program, and we soon realized that most of the people taking it were interested into going into business for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we revamped the program, and in doing that, we renovated the space, which was fairly new to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
We have added an acrylic greenhouse with cement floors, beautiful state-of-the-art automated watering, cooling, heating system.
Mm-hmm.
And the classes get into not only how to grow things, but they focus mainly on the business side.
Mm-hmm.
How to run your own business, how to market what you're growing,
Mm-hmm.
how to, again, work with state and federal regulations on producing crops.
Right.
So again, this is the second year. Of course, last year with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
our start wasn't quite as strong as we wanted,
Right.
but
I looked at the enrollment dashboard that we have access to just yesterday, and it looks like we've more than doubled our students that were in it last year.
definitely, and we still didn't get a chance to get out into the schools
Mhm.
last spring
And that's true, yeah.
to talk to the
Mhm.
students. So
Right.
we're looking forward to even more students
Mm-hmm.
as we progress.
Right.
So we have a very good feeling about this program.
Mm-hmm.
We have a gentleman teaching it with 20-plus years of teaching experience.
Mm-hmm.
He owns a winery, or not a winery, but he grows grapes for wineries,
Mhm.
excuse me. And he is extremely knowledgeable. The students really like him.
Mhm.
We also pull in part-time adjunct instructors to help with some of their subject matter
Right.
areas.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. Well, moving along, cosmetology has a lot going on right now.
Yes. So, as you mentioned, some things have changed. Some cosmetology is an area that's newer to me,
Mm-hmm.
but I am extremely excited. So we are completely renovating the lab. Everything in the cosmetology lab was gutted down to not even bare walls. The walls were taken out.
Mm-hmm.
So we have everything new
Right.
in
Yeah.
the lab, 20 new stations, all the fixtures, all the plumbing, all the electrical, everything is brand new. New floors, new ceilings, new lighting,
Man, yeah.
and the numbers in it are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something that we're doing this year that we haven't done. We have a part-time, nighttime, bilingual cosmetology program.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
we're offering it in Spanish as well as English.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have students signed up in both areas.
Very nice.
So we have an instructor that is bilingual,
Mm-hmm.
and with it being part-time, it takes a little longer.
Right.
We're offering it through the workforce development side instead of the curriculum side, but it still gets you to the same place at the end.
Right. Okay. So you still get your licensing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so a lot of our offerings, we're starting to offer on the workforce development side
Mm-hmm.
because it gives us a little more leeway. The state isn't quite as strict with how things must be offered. Now, we're still
Right.
bound by the licensing board for cosmetology
Right,
and all of that. But as far as when semesters can start and end,
right.
and when this and that can happen.
So you're saying workforce development side, so you're just talking about like continuing education,
Yes.
the non-credit side
Non-credit
versus
side.
curriculum credit.
Right,
Mhm.
but at the end, you still end up with the same credential.
Right, okay. All right.
So again, that's one of the cases where we want people to be able to come out, explain what they're looking for,
Mm-hmm,
and let us explain to them what their options are, the way
Right.
we're offering them.
mm-hmm,
And it may be slightly different than what they've seen in the past,
mm-hmm.
but don't block the person out that's explaining it to you when you hear it slightly differently. Let them finish and explain
Right,
that we still get you where you need to go.
mm-hmm, right. Great, great. So you've got that renovated lab space and you have, new lab equipment.
Yes, so we have a new cybersecurity lab, and last year was supposed to be the inaugural year, but again, with COVID.
Mm-hmm,
So this will be the first year that we get to hopefully run a full
mm-hmm,
group of students through
Right.
that. And that's within our business department. The lab was purchased and installed, state of the art. It allows students to do simulations,
mm-hmm,
work through things. And in our business program, we also have accounting and finance, which is an associate's degree, business administration, which is an associate's degree. And through those are Microsoft Office certifications
Yeah.
and other certifications they can earn. The cybersecurity falls more under information technology, which is still part of that.
right,
We have an associate's degree in that, and we're partnered with CompTIA, which is Computer Technology Industry Association.
I always wondered about that. I'm always doing all the marketing for the college, I'm putting that term out all the time, and I just never really quite knew what it was.
We are an educational partner with them, which allows us to teach, and our students
Mm-hmm,
sit for their credentialing.
right,
So they can leave with a third-party credential in A+, cybersecurity, network plus, and security plus essentials. We also have classes in information technology support, foundations, and web technologies. And again, some of these are on the continuing education side,
mm-hmm,
some of them on the certificate side, and some in
Mhm.
both areas.
right,
So again, make sure you have someone explain to you when they're offered and how they're offered.
right,
Another large area within that is medical office administration. And we have an associate in applied science degree. We are partnered with the AAPC, which is the American Academy of Professional Coders.
mm-hmm,
And within that, we have certificates and certifications in medical office administration, medical auditing, billing and coding, office professional, office administration, and certified medical reimbursement specialist. Once again, on both sides of the house.
right,
So if you're looking in a publication and you don't see it, make sure you're looking in both areas.
right,
Or, again, please call our admissions office
mm-hmm,
and we can explain to you what we have
mm-hmm, right,
going on. There are so many classes that we're doing slightly different as
right,
far as the way we're offering them, but we're hoping that it will be more convenient for the students.
yeah,
We're trying to listen to what they say about when they have available time.
mm-hmm, right,
If they're working, if they're a single parent,
mm-hmm,
or a two-parent home, you still have only so much time you can devote.
absolutely, yeah.
So we're trying to work with that.
All right. So on to industrial and applied technologies. What's happening there?
Everything is happening there. It is such an exciting time. Again, I've been here 25 years. I'm seeing more change in that area starting about a year ago, and it will be progressing for the next few years. The first big news, which a lot of people already know, is we're going to be building a new 42,000 square foot facility that will house 3 of the programs. It will house electrical, industrial systems, and computer integrated machining. It will also have a meeting space for approximately 200. So if we have corporations that need a meeting space, or if we want to put on an event, we have that facility within the building. It also gives us a chance to bring our small business center, our customized training, and all of those areas that work with us closely in together to the same building,
Right.
so we can work seamlessly with each other
Right.
to provide this training. The programs themselves, we're already purchasing new equipment. So in industrial systems, we've spent well over $250,000 just on mechanical trainers last year, and they'll be moved to the new building. We are in the process of updating electrical equipment now. We've added additional Fanuc robot programming stations, and Fanuc is an industry standard, it's a brand name, and we're looking to add more this year. We're updating our PLC trainers, and a PLC is a programmable logic control. So if you think of it as a small computer that has a lot of inputs and a lot of outputs, it takes signals and information from multiple places. It runs it through a program that someone has to create, decides what needs to happen in this automated process, and then sends a signal out to make that happen. So you'll see PLCs in just about every automated facility. So we're updating our PLCs. The machining program, we have started a high school machining program at Reidsville High School. And that's a manual program. It gives the students an entry-level step of skills. They take a safety class, a blueprint class, a metrology class, which is measuring. It doesn't do any good to see a blueprint and know you have to make something to a specific specification if you can't check that to make sure you're correct.
Right.
So we have that. And then we have the first manual machining class, just like they would take if they were out here.
So these are high school students taking the classes on the high school campus and getting college credits for them as well as high school credits.
Correct. Correct. We have an instructor that goes over every morning and works with these students. And at the end, they have a set of skills that if they wanted to stop there, they're marketable. It's not just a group of classes. They said, I took classes. They have marketable skills.
So they can get an entry
They
level
can get
job.
a very entry-level job. If they decide to continue, we offer a diploma in machining and an associate's degree in computer integrated machining. The computer integrated side, just like all other forms of industry, is getting away from the hand crank. It's important to teach on the hand crank manual,
Right.
so you learn the concepts and you can feel what's happening.
Yeah.
But once you understand that, we switch to a version of the machine that has a computer controlling it. So the students have to learn how to write the programs. They have to know what needs to happen
Yeah.
so they can write the programs. So they have to get that background knowledge first.
Right.
But that program is going very well. We are looking at starting a short-term construction program this fall.
Okay.
We haven't offered one in years. We're going to be doing this through the continuing education, occupational extension side. And this is designed to be short-term training. It's not designed to be a year-long.
Mm-hmm.
It's designed to be 8 to 12 weeks. The students will come in. We're working with NCCER, which is the National Center for Construction Education and Research, for our credentialing for the students. They'll do the core section, which every student has to do, which covers basic safety and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we can go into carpentry, which is where we're gonna focus to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we're gonna look into masonry, plumbing,
Wow.
and maybe even double back on some things that we offer at the associate and diploma level.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some entry electrical and entry HVAC
Mm-hmm.
for someone who wants to be a helper.
Right.
And then once they get into the field, if they
Mhm.
decide they want more, they can come back and take
Right.
our other program.
Yeah.
But the goal now is to ultimately offer this downtown Reidsville in the Center for Creative Woodworking.
Okay.
We're not doing away with it.
Right.
We're repurposing some of the space in the front.
Mm-hmm.
That probably won't be ready this fall, so we will more than likely offer the first offering here on campus
Mm-hmm.
and then move after that.
Right.
But we are, to do this, you have to hire NCCER certified instructors
Mm-hmm.
and register with NCCER so the students can earn that credential.
Mm-hmm.
And that credential is transferable nationwide, it's recognized
Okay. Right.
nationwide.
Mm-hmm. Great. So, tell me about the new Department of Labor grant.
Okay, so we have a new Department of Labor grant. It's very new to us. We're learning all the ins and outs. The name is awesome. It's aligning the workforce and educational system for manufacturing. And,
So it's it's awesome. And how are you supposed to say the
Yeah.
acronym?
right, it's not,
AWESM.
yeah, it's not quite awesome when you read it that way, but,
That's why I did a double take and I was like, wait, what?
right. So the idea behind it is if there were a large company wanting to come into this region and we needed 200 welders,
Mm-hmm.
there are no community colleges in the area that could turn out 200 welders. But if 8 of us in this region work together,
Mm-hmm.
we could do that. But to do that, we need to offer similar programs.
Mm-hmm.
To do that, we're looking at an electronic badging system where different competencies earn different badges.
Mm-hmm.
And as companies come in, they decide the badges they need
Mm-hmm.
for their employees.
Right.
We will have a group of industry leaders from Rockingham County driving this. So the idea is, it's called BUILT, it's Business and Industry Leadership Team. This group of industry leaders will get together and look at the programs, which for us include welding, industrial systems, and machining. Decide what they need,
Mm-hmm.
what we're doing well, what we're not doing well. And unlike an advisory committee that meets once a year
Mm-hmm.
and comes in and gives general information, this group will be meeting at least quarterly. And we'll also be meeting with other counties.
Mm-hmm.
So as the entire region gets together, they decide these are the things we need regionally. So we'll
Wow.
decide regionally what we'll do alike,
Right.
but we'll still have autonomy in some areas
Mhm.
to offer what our specific area
Right.
needs.
Yeah.
Because there may not be a company XYZ in any county other than Rockingham,
Mm-hmm.
we still need to serve them.
Right.
But if we can have this badging system set up
Mm-hmm.
and agree on, for this badge, this is exactly what the student is able to do at the end of it,
Right.
then we can provide 200 welders and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully attract larger industry into the region.
Right. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Well, let me back up for a second to back to the high schoolers. we have the Rocket Top program.
Yes, so Rocket Top is our youth apprenticeship program in the county, and that stands for Rockingham Apprenticeship and Technical Opportunities Partnership. And the part we play in that is we offer the educational support for it. So it's also industry-led. And the way it works is a group of industries have gotten together and they want apprentices. So they've come to us and asked if we'll provide the training. They take these apprentices on as rising seniors or as graduating seniors. They work for 4 years for the company. They come to school for 4 years with us. The state picks up their tuition.
Wow.
And they get paid while they're in school. It's a competitive process to get in. We can only allow as many people in each year as there are job openings with the companies that are involved. So some years it can be a lot, some years it may not be as many. We currently have 29 students
Goodness, yeah.
in the program, and we're looking for 7 more this year.
Wow.
So with this, the student gets a wonderful exposure to work. They get the classes they need. The companies that are in Rocket Top, we offer manufacturing technology just for them. And the reason we do it that way, there's a core set of classes they all take, but then the companies get to pick and choose some of the other classes they want their apprentices to have. So with that, it lets the apprentice stray off the path into a specific area. We can also set up adult apprenticeships and incumbent worker apprenticeships. That wouldn't be through Rocket Top, but we can also set those up for existing companies. If they would like to get in touch with us, we can help them through that process. So they could have an adult apprentice. And with that, you earn your journeyman's papers, and in some cases you definitely earn your apprenticeship completion papers through the state of North Carolina.
Very good. A lot of opportunities here.
There are tons of opportunities, and right now there is more money out there available to anyone wanting to go to school. I don't want to get involved in trying to explain all of that because it changes as funds run out and this and the other. But please, if you call, ask what funds are available, whether they're federal funds, state funds, grants, scholarships, whatever.
Yeah, between our admissions team and our financial aid team, we can find funds to come to school here.
Definitely.
All right, well, I thank you so much for joining me and gosh, giving me so many updates.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.